Back. Good morning, San Diego. Normally, we welcome in co-host of the Prep Picks Report, Mr. Bert Grossman, to his Tuesday time slot where we talk about sports. But Bert, sports is going to have to wait because we're focusing today on your adaptive sports and rec summer camp, your real job.
Yes.
When you're not working on the PPR, and you brought in a special guest that's riding shotgun. Would you like to introduce our friend?
This is Albie, who I haven't seen in a couple years, and he got much bigger, but one of my favorite campers.
All right, well, Albie, we're going to get to you in a second, but we're going to start with this fun image, if we can put it up on the screen. Bert, I think this encapsulates what's going on this weekend. There we go. Hooray, I can register for camp today. Explain what the camp is all about.
The camp starts down in Crown Point on Monday and goes Monday, Tuesday, and then we move up to Miramar College and we do basketball and some other things. But it's tubing, it's all beach activities, sailing down there, and then once we go to college, more basketball, archery, swimming, all those kinds of things.
I would assume. I mean, you and I are always silly all the time, but I bet you this is a pretty emotional deal. You're doing important work, but it's also, I think, the connection with the kids is pretty powerful, is it not?
It is, but you know, we haven't had it in a couple of years because of COVID. Like I said, I didn't recognize Albie when he came out, but all the kids have grown, so it's going to be interesting to go back because of COVID because we haven't seen any of them.
All right, which brings us to you, young man. A 2-year hiatus from this camp. It had to be killer. You excited to get back at it?
I'm super excited. I've been waiting ever since COVID canceled the first year. I've been going to camp every year since I was 5 in 2016.
So guys, I cut up a bunch of video. You can just let it roll. What's your favorite part of it all?
I just love how the Junior Adaptive Sports Camp lets all people with disabilities discover all the variety of sports that they set their sights on.
Well, boy, what a spokesman you must be.
He should be the executive director.
Yeah.
Making me feel bad over here.
So now, do you compete in the basketball? Or what are your sports that you compete in?
I was recently in Escondido American Little League for baseball. I had an undefeated season, and I was the city champions.
So what position do you play?
I really like second base.
Very cool. So Bert, for people, how do they get involved?
Go to the website, adaptivesportsandrec.org, or just come out actually and register when you get there. But again, with the sports, our camp's a rotation system, so every camper gets to play every sport multiple times.
What, do we need a new mic? Are we good? Okay, all right. So Bert, but how about, okay, we want all Albie and all his buddies to come, but do you also want volunteers?
We do want volunteers. It's a pretty big production. The most volunteers we had for the week have probably been about 300. This year we probably have 100, 120 or so. Again, COVID affects not just the campers, but pretty much everybody. So it's including the volunteers. A lot of people are scared to come out or get re-engaged in the activity, but we could always use more volunteers, never enough volunteers.
And at what level of disability?
Ours is mostly physical, not really cognitive. As you can see how well-spoken he is, but it's pretty much kids in wheelchairs. I mean, if you're in a wheelchair, all the sports are based around wheelchair sports, so it's a wheelchair camp.
And Albie, what do you want to say to other folks who you know, maybe want to stay home and don't want to go outside? What's your message to them?
You really cannot be scared, and I think it is time that the disabled community really gets out into the world, because some people just get shocked when they see someone in a wheelchair, and I want that to end.
And your participation helps do exactly that, does it not?
Yes.
Wow. Bert, you've been replaced.
I know, obviously, yeah. I knew that the first question you asked him, I was replaced.
All right, so like, give us an idea. How does your day go? You'll go from playing ball, or are you on a rotation? Will you play as many sports as you can?
I really do try to play as many sports as I can. That's why I just love this camp so much. Every summer, I get to do whatever I want at Miramar College and the Bay. So I just love it.
All right, Bert, let's put a bow on this. Just quickly saying, again, put the call to action. How do people get involved?
You go to the website again, adaptivesportsandrec.org. Some people just search up ASRA San Diego on Google and get to the website, register there, either to be a camper or a volunteer.
And folks that just maybe can't participate, can they write a check?
They can. We always accept donations. But yes, they can. Absolutely. You can go, again, through the website and do all those things.
All right. Well, hey, young man, thank you for coming in. We certainly appreciate it.
Thank you.
And the run starts.
I probably just got my 30-day notice. Thanks for taking my job. Appreciate it.
What do you aspire to be? I mean, what do you want to do later in life?
I want to be an athlete, and I would prefer to be either a professional ball player. If that doesn't work, I want to be an Olympian.
All right. Well, hey, it was an honor to meet you and your family. So have a good camp, okay?
You too. Thank you so much.
All right, we'll be right back with more Good Morning San Diego.